on my phone. Welcome to another video. Today we are diving into the debut album of Shygirl, which is titled Nymph. My guess is it's not just the mythological creature Nymph, but maybe short for nymphomaniac or something like that, knowing who Shygirl is and what she sings about. I really enjoyed listening to Shygirl's music on this channel, from her Alias EP to when she visualized it with Blue. So much good work that comes out of her, so much interesting, exciting work, and I'm really excited to see how she chooses to put herself into a debut album. I've heard a couple of these tracks before, nothing too much, so I think I've heard Firefly maybe, and I think I heard A Bedtime Story at some point. A couple of songs I've heard at least once, probably only once, honestly. I don't remember much of it. So I feel like this in general will be a new reaction through and through. But I am so excited to get into this. It's 12 songs, though it only totals 32 minutes because she likes to write on the short side, which I'm not going to complain for this. So anyway, let's get into it. Track number 1, Whoa. Ooh, feels like something's coming to the surface. You Just Love to Hate Me? Oh, I like this filtering on her voice. Especially with these beats. I don't know if I would actually like the vocal changes without it. I Have No Friends With Me? Whoa, You Don't Know? Oh, this is a song that would be perfect to hear at 1 in the morning. Just driving down 60 miles per hour at a highway at night. What? I guess it couldn't last forever. Okay, now we're getting Shygirl's normal flow. Booty's so delicious. Ooh, I like how it's shifted and now we're back into this flowy sound. Also an eyes closed type of song. Oh, is it over already? So that was Whoa, and what a way to start off this record. I always think of Shygirl in this very edgy kind of, I think grimy is the way to say it, having this industrial sound mixed with these sensual lyrics. And I do like sometimes when she takes a little more of a softer approach. I know she does that. She does it here, but she also did it with Tasty, I think that was the name of the song. That You, Me, We Can Run Away Sometime. I don't always remember the titles for Shygirl songs in particular, which is very interesting because I do like most of her discography. But this song, I think, works really well with this production because it's about saying, I am that bad chick. I am amazing. I can have it all, but I'm never satisfied. And I wonder when you'll see it from my side, when you'll actually have that perspective. You love to hate me, but you don't really know what it's like to be me. And I think it's interesting to hear that from Shygirl because I feel like we do sometimes hear that from celebrities, but I think Shygirl, because she keeps a lot of who she is versus her persona, she keeps those very separate. I don't know if she's as edgy and as sensual in real life. I have not met her, but I can see that it can be hard to be a celebrity or to be someone who is this sensual in everyday life. Or if she's just playing into her persona character of, it's really hard to just be this hot and get all of these guys and get anyone I want because I can have it all, but I'm never satisfied. I still have these internal mental struggles that have not been worked out. It's a gorgeous song. I definitely see me enjoying it. And it's definitely a great way to kick off this album. It feels like I can have a little late night record to play. Also, my roommate's baking, so if you can hear any noises, my apologies. They're making a lovely apple pie, so I'm not going to complain about it. Track number 2 is Come For Me. Ooh, here's some funk. I like it when you say, what? Can you follow me? Oh, does she want 11? Oh, you're switching it up. This song makes me feel like she wants to dive more into hyperpop. If it's easier if I take the lead. I feel like with the lead part, I feel like I've heard this song maybe once. Oh, I wonder who came up with that production. Those percussive hits are interesting. I mean, you know she takes the lead. She's Shygirl. I'm looking at you. Oh, that's an interesting fade out. So that was Come For Me. And Arca produced that, which makes so much sense about why I was really into those beats. I was like, this is very experimental. This is very interesting. This is very Arca-like, and it is Arca. So that makes sense. Apparently this song really came about when Shygirl and Arca were messaging each other stuff for a song, but they hadn't yet met. And so Arca would send some beats and Shygirl would send some vocal melodies for that. And then Shygirl also got into experimenting with vocal modulation and editing her vocals in a way that she really hadn't before. And I think that's very interesting because I feel like we've heard that a bit in Whoa. I feel like when I heard Firefly before, I feel like that was a little bit there. So this song probably came early on in the recording process because I feel like she is getting a little more experimental. She's getting a little more hyperpop. And I don't always count Arca as hyperpop. I think Arca can make hyperpop, but Arca is not exclusively a hyperpop artist, and a hyperpop is also kind of a new name for a genre that is definitely evolving a bunch right now. But I definitely didn't classify Shygirl as a hyperpop artist, but really more of an artist that has done features that can work in hyperpop, if that makes sense. I feel like her vibe is definitely more on the deconstructed industrial avant-garde pop. But I do really like this song. It's very repetitive, but in a way that doesn't get boring. In this song, Shygirl is saying that her love interest comes when they're called, and she ends up taking the lead. And she loves that they say that they're busy when she's asking them to come over, but they come over anyway. They end up being free just for her because she is that girl, and you're not going to make her wait. You're not going to cancel on her because she's Shygirl. I thought this one was fun. Definitely a nice, interesting project. I'm surprised it actually was a single. I did hear this at some point, but this was within a big playlist of songs I was planning on listening to. And so I heard it once just as I was going about my day. And because this song's production was a little bit lighter, I think that's why I didn't recognize it was Shygirl at first. And so I kind of just moved on. I wasn't focused on it. And I think that's for the best because I think this makes this album more of a surprise to me, and I feel like I'm getting it as a whole body of work the first time. Track number 3 is Schlut. I think I know what that's supposed to mean, but I'm gonna pronounce it that way because there's an H there. It sounds like it's raining or something. Tonight we can lay low. Oh, switch it up. Twice nightly, weekly. Never mind with myself. This moves me in a different way than I think a lot of Shygirl music has before. Oh, there's something bubbling right now. Your voice dripping like honey. Is it so bad to just like to be touched? No. Oh, I think she just said Nympho. Close to the title of the album. I can't take the high sensitivity. Oh, ends with epic bubbling. So that was Schlut, and that was a very unexpected piece. Given the guitar influence there, I was like, oh, we're moving in a way that is not really the Shygirl way normally. But when I looked it up, apparently she liked to listen to Florence and the Machine in her early days, so she was inspired by that, which I don't really know if I would get Florence and the Machine from this song, but I got a little bit of thinking about that in Whoa when she was using her deeper register. It kind of felt like some of the songs that Florence has been doing, like Restraint on Dance Fever, where she uses this really like low and croaking sound almost. But I do like that she has influences that go beyond the very electronic industrial synths that we're accustomed to hearing from her. She's really trying to do something different with her debut, which is very exciting. This song is about feeling a little hot under the collar for someone and wishing that someone wasn't leaving, but she also can't take the high sensitivity. So I think she might be catching feels for someone that she doesn't want to catch feels for, theoretically, or that person's catching feelings for her, but she's saying no, but also like, I kind of like it. Kind of like a yuck moment from Charlie XCX. I think that's how I feel I can interpret this song. I know there was apparently an NSFW version of the music video, which I haven't seen any of the Shygirl music videos for this era, so if you want me to react to them, please let me know, because I will if you all want me to. Otherwise, I'll just watch them on my own time. But I heard there was an NSFW version of her music video for Schlut, and that it was something that you had to go in person to watch, which I'm not available to because basically all of them were in the UK, and I don't live in the UK. Not right now. So if you have thoughts about that you'd like to share, please let me know. Track number 4 is a little bit, and it's just over a minute, so it's just a little bit of a song. Never back down, just a little bit. Never back down, just a little bit. I might have to taste just a little bit. I might have to taste just a little bit. Okay. I can play nice if you stay just a little bit. I can play nice if you stay just a little bit. Just a little nasty. A little bit, yeah, just a little nasty. Period. So that was a little bit, and that was just a little bit of a song. I feel like it was a fully fleshed out song, just like when we were listening to Mitski songs like My Body's Made of Crushed Stars or A Loving Feeling. Those are songs that get you in that moment for that minute and a half, and then you move on to the next song, or you move on with your life, whatever you're doing with your day, whether it's listening to that song just by itself or listening to the album full. I feel like the song works very well with the short length because she's ending every line with little bit pretty much. And so she got 2 full choruses in, she got 2 verses in, she got the moment, she got the feeling. It's pretty much her being a little bit cheeky. I'm gonna have to taste just a little bit. I can play nice if you stay just a little bit. All of these little lines that definitely work within the Shygirl persona that she likes to get all braggadocious on us. Or in this case, less braggadocious and more just very flirtatious, and it works. A song I would even listen to on its own, despite it being relatively quite short. Track number 5 is Firefly. I know I've heard this song once, and I think I remember it being kind of hyper popish, but I don't remember much beyond that. So let's hear it again within the context of the album. Oh, starts kind of distorting. Yeah, when they brought in the break beats, I was like, oh. Oh, I like how it feels like we're running. We could be together once again. Another time. Waiting for you to give me a sign. Oh, I love this percussion. This also would sound really good in a car. I feel like the whole album so far can. Yeah, I feel like she definitely had some vocal manipulation here. So that was Firefly, and that was a lovely song. As I recall, it was pretty hyper pop in my head, though it does have some R&B influences for sure. It definitely just gets this nice feel of tempo, like we're moving fast, which is in my head how hyperpop works, but that's not always true. There's some slow hyperpop and there's some fast non-hyperpop. So I don't know. I don't want to get too bogged down in genres, but I am a sucker for a good breakbeat or something that sounds like breakbeats. This sounds very Pink Panther-esque, and I've been really vibing with her song Passion. Good song. I could feel like these two could dovetail nicely together. Firefly seems to be about her wanting transparency from her lover. She says that she wants to know whether both of them can be lovers, because I think she already has feelings for this person. It's just so surprising to me that Shygirl is having feelings that are beyond the physical for someone, especially committing feelings. I'm not used to hearing stuff that would work within that, but I'm happy for her if that's what the direction that she wants to go with. But she's saying one touch would let her know, basically saying that it's not that hard to communicate, but yet this person is so bad at it. And so she's hoping, she's anticipating and waiting and hoping that they're not wasting her time. So I'm hoping we get a little bit of resolution with the next 7 tracks. We do have a lot, so hopefully. But yeah, I enjoyed this song. I don't know why it's called Firefly. I don't think that's in the lyrics anywhere. So please let me know if you know, because it's a gorgeous song, and I'm glad it was the first single, because I think this does set a tone for the album, and it seems like it's being relatively well received. It has over 4 million plays on Spotify, which is great for Shygirl. Like, I'm happy for her, and I'm excited to see what we have in store for the rest of the album. Track number 6 is Coochie, A Bedtime Story. I think that's the first time I've said that word out loud. I don't know what to make of it. I don't really like saying it. I don't know if it's like bad for someone who identifies as a cis man to use that term. It just feels cringe to me, so I don't really want to do it, even if it's not offensive. But please let me know if it's something that can be taken the wrong way. I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. I'm just saying the title of the song. And yeah, I really don't know. The internet was not helpful. Hello. Hello. It's the Coochie calling. Ready for that? Wait, is it about yours or about a lover's? Right next to the juicy booty. I can't tell if she's describing herself or her lover. Is she experimenting? I feel like when she says that word, it sounds kind of cute, but I feel like when I say it, it sounds stupid as hell. Like when she says it there, it's really cute with the production. Waiting for me? I don't know what I listened to. So that was Coochie, A Bedtime Story, and oh god, I'm glad I don't have to say that word again. It just sounds weird coming out of my mouth. I don't like it much at all. But that song was cute in a way. I don't have much words about this. Apparently, this song was inspired by Shygirl thinking to herself, hey, there's no cute song out there about that part of a woman's body. And she's like, I wish I would have heard something cute that you can call that part of your body that's not very vulgar, very sensual, or just anatomical. And okay, cool. You came up with that. I don't know how much I resonate with that concept as someone who does not have that, but power to you. And I don't know, it's a cute little song, but if you don't like that word, you can't really enjoy that song. I feel like in my head, she didn't mention this at all, but this song still sounds sensual. Every time it calls, I'm gonna be on my way. It's so sticky and sweet. Like, come on, Shygirl. This is not something you want to hear when you're a 10-year-old girl. I mean, I was never a 10-year-old girl, so I can't really verify that. However, I mean, that's not something you want to hear at a really young age. And I'm just thinking like of someone in elementary school. And I know that puberty can hit at a point in that time, but that's not really what I'm going after. I feel like this song does still feel sensual, and like, even though you're calling it a cute term, you're still talking about having intimate relations with it. I also am going to choose to believe that this is not a straight song, because she is literally singing about how much she wants it. So I'm going to go off of that, and I'm going to use my listener artistic license per se and interpret it as I will. So I have yet to figure out whether I actually like this song, because on one hand, it's a very cute song. It's got great production to it. It's very sweet. It's very catchy. On the other hand, that frequent use of that term is not my favorite. She does say it very sweetly, and it does sound better coming out of her mouth than mine. But ultimately, I don't know. I'll have to listen to it again. Track number 7 is Heaven. Ooh, I like the waves. Please ignore all the things I did. Don't be jealous. I need to love you right. All I do is look at you? Oh. If loving you's a sin? Oh. No, that faded so softly. So that was Heaven. And that was a really sweet song. She was romantic. She's like, I just want to love you. You're heaven. Will you let me in? All I do is look at you. Like, Shygirl, where are all these feelings? She's really in a different state than I feel like she was before. I feel like before she was just all like, I am that girl. And I'm going to get any man I like, and I'm not going to commit to any of them at any given point. But now she's really living up to her name of being shy. I feel like before it was ironic, and now it's like a little true. She's being a little romantic. She's being a little flirty, but like actually having feelings about it. And good for you for having some emotional growth, girl. But I'm just surprised. Like, I keep saying that, but it's the truth. I'm surprised. The song is gorgeous, though. It's very beautiful. I do love the production. It's very soft. It's very light. It's really fun. It works within the context of the album. The album is very cohesive so far. I'm not going to be annoyed by that. I'm going to enjoy it. We're going to have fun with this, and I'm excited to see where we go next. Track number 8 is Nike. I know I've heard this song once. I have no recollection of what it sounds like.
Hands on my breast and my body like he knew it.
Ooh. Hands on me like he knew it.
He told me Nike, just do it.
Told me Nike, just do it. Oh, I get it. Because it's the sports brand, that's their slogan. I told him lay that pipe. This definitely feels the most like the old Shygirl we've heard yet.
Told me what he liked, nothing to it.
Told me what he liked, nothing to it. So that was Nike, and we got the old Shygirl coming through, and it's a welcome change. I do like the more sensitive and vulnerable aspects that she's given us on previous songs and some later touches, but we also need a little bit of a banger, don't we? That hook is gonna be stuck in my head. I don't know why it wasn't stuck in my head before, but he told me Nike, just do it. Hands on my breast and my body like he knew it. Like, good. That's some good stuff there. I'm having a good time. The song is just her, again, giving off her prowess in the bedroom, and good for her. I'm so happy that she knows how to make the bed and lay in it. I don't know if that's a good euphemism, but I was just trying to make a joke that there are other activities you can do in the bedroom. Did it land? That's for you to decide. But yeah, this is a catchy little number. Is it gonna be my favorite song on the album? No, but I do like some of the braggadocious nature of Shygirl's work in a lot of it. Not all of it, as we can tell today. Not much of it on this record in particular. But yeah, I like a little bit of a bunch. And I don't have to pick because Shygirl is willing to give me all. Track number 9 is Poison. Oh, these synths are intriguing. Oh. She's like, stop the presses. Nothing but a twisted melody. There's no cure for me, call me poison. I know this must be hard. Oh, this would be a great song to dance to. I'm getting Jessie Ware energy. In the same way I want to dance to her. This makes me want to do my neck exercises for some reason. I guess I missed those at the gym today. So it was Poison, and that was a very dancey moment. I was definitely channeling my Jessie Ware feeling. I was just like, oh, I was just dancing and like fully just embracing the night. That was really the vibe. And I could feel that be something I listen to in the car at night as well. She's really giving me an album to just go through like a 30-minute commute at night. The song Poison sees Shygirl comparing herself to Poison and saying that she's got this person falling for her, and that as soon as they get to close to flatline, she'll bring them back. She'll resurrect them. As soon as they start seeing the bright light, they'll bring it back. So really it is Poison, that she is causing them to get closer to death, but she is the one keeping them alive at the same time. Love is funny like that, I guess. It was fun. I love the production of this song. I like that this song gets both of a little bit of her braggadocio side, but also talks about the negative aspects of such a personality, including that they can be toxic, quite literally, to their partner. And so I think it's interesting because I feel like in Alias, and I keep mentioning how this album is definitely a different type of message than Alias, because I feel like in Alias, she wasn't really into having someone be with someone multiple times. She was just really not about that. She was really like a one and done type girl. I feel like there was a couple of times where she was like, oh, I really need you, or something like that. But it was very like just a moment. I don't know. She's definitely in her feels more on this album. And I definitely appreciate her vulnerability. I just didn't know that she was ever going to do that. And so it's something that still is something I have to process, and that won't happen until after this record has been listened to multiple times. But for right now, Poison, some good stuff there. Track number 10 is Honey, and Honey is always a good name for a song, as we know for Halsey's If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. Honey, a good song. I feel like I've heard this sound before, but I don't know where. I know she samples stuff. I need someone who's going to remind me what I came here for. Please be more than I wanted. Ooh. We'll bring in some dance beats again. She's singing On Me over and over, I think for the kisses that are on her. Double tap, baby. Doop, doop. I feel like this moves a little slower, almost like honey dripping. Kisses rain on me, yeah, the kisses are on her. Just as it faded in, like that, it fades out like that too. So that was Honey, and that was a very sweet song, no pun intended. I liked that production. It definitely wasn't what I was thinking of, because I obviously was thinking of the pop rock moment that Honey from Halsey is, but Halsey and Shygirl are two different artists. This song is definitely something that just fades into the clouds production-wise. It's very sweet, and it definitely, I don't know, I think I could fall asleep to this song. And not a bad way, it's just a very calm song, even though it has those really cool beats to it. I don't know how she does it, but it feels dreamy. And I think that's intentional with the lyrical messaging of wanting to dream about this person and being all that she wanted, and actually more than she wanted. And she wants that person to remind her of why she came. And I think that's relatable. I think that works whether you're just going on a date with someone, if you are hooking up, whatever it may be. I think it's really nice when your partner, whether it's someone you're committed to or not, I think it's really nice when there's certain reminders of like, oh, this is the reason why I was actually interested in seeing you, rather than it being a mundane thing. I think I had a relationship where sometimes it was just routine to see my partner, and I don't know if I was really always excited to see them, because I didn't really always get the reason why I came there. And that's not like a specific like physical intimacy or anything like that, but just like some sort of like passion, excitement to see me. That's something I always find really attractive in a person, is reciprocity and giving your all as much as you're giving as well. And I guess you don't have to necessarily give your all if you guys are mutually giving what you want to give for that relationship. You don't have to. But I think for me, I really appreciate when someone puts in some effort. And yeah, I hope that in my future that will be the case. But I'm hoping that in Shygirl's present that is the case. She seems really dreamy about this. She's really like, I think she's in love. I don't know. Based on this record, I feel like she's dating someone and is deeply in love. I feel like we wouldn't have as much of these type of lovey and these committed feelings and this whole shift in her character and this vulnerability without certain stuff happening on the outside. I don't know why she'd be so inspired unless it was happening to her for real. But then again, I know there are plenty of artists that are not confessional at all. I just think that in general, people are inspired by what's going on in their life. And while they may not directly write about it in their music, I think why they would create a certain concept might be indicative of something that's going on in their life. Track number 11 is Missin' You, and this song is under a minute, so I think it's gonna be an interlude, but it could also be like Little Bit, where it's a fully fleshed out song, just short. Oh, that sounds eerie. Just in time for Halloween. Yeah, he got a big. Oh no, you didn't. Oh, we're speeding up now? Is it too hard? Is it too much for someone? So that was Missin' You, and whoa, there's a whole story in here. Basically, she's like, oh, this man I've been crushing over, he's trash. We don't care about him. Want to be my next thing. She's in her single era, and then she falls for this other guy, and then he ends up having relations with her best friend. And so she's like, well, he's trash too. And she's asking herself, is it too hard to have someone actually stay committed to you? She thinks that being a wife really isn't something that she can do anymore. That just doesn't exist in society because all of these people are so non-committed. And then she says it must be too hard because she never finds the one, and says that's too bad at the end, which is so sad. So she does really want someone. Yeah, she can get all flirty and sensual and single and ready to mingle, but like she would rather have someone that stays committed by her side, and that's some relatable content there. Yeah, I totally get that. For me, I'm currently in a state where I'm not actively looking for a relationship. That's just me, and I know that might be a little oversharing based on certain comments I get. While one might not be looking for something long-term, it is nice to feel like someone really cares and isn't really just trying to play you and trying to get off. I understand that frustration that Shygirl is experiencing right now. I feel you, girl. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope this song is just to have some narrative to the album, because I am hoping that you are living happily right now. Whether you're single, in a relationship, you don't need a man. If you want a man, get a man, but you don't need a man. Track number 12, last track on this album, Wildfire. Ooh, breakbeat time. I'm ready. Oh, she really perfected those vocal modulation skills. Oh, switch it up. I love all those cuts. I definitely don't know the lyrics on this one. I'll have to definitely look that up. In this vocal modulation, come on. I hear you say my name. I'm so lost in your world. Oh. Every time I look at you, I'm caught in the breeze. Oh, I love this beat. You can hear those little taps that will work great in headphones. I wonder what her sign-off message is. It's very distorted. How was I supposed to decipher that? So that was Wildfire, and that was a lovely way to conclude this album. It definitely fits very cohesively within this album. I think this album is very sonically cohesive. You got those break beats, you got those switch ups, you got that distortion. It's very much within line for this record. And for Shygirl's sound in general, at least specifically what she's trying to portray on this record. This song is about her being a wildfire, and she's tempting this boy to come follow her and really be hypnotized by the flames and the colors. And I think that makes sense why we might have the Firefly before, of being, I could be your Firefly. She doesn't actually say Firefly on that song, and so I'm making that connection that she's now referenced herself as a wildfire, so I could see herself also being a firefly and it being a little cute. And also the idea of like the firefly twinkling on and off, almost like her hope in that relationship. But here with Wildfire, I can see that there's some mutual attraction here, because she hears him say her name, and then she says, dream of your touch, I'm so lost in your world. There's some mutual attraction there, whether that's intimacy, whether that's romance, whatever it may be. I'm glad that we end on a happy note. I think it's very happy, and I am glad to hear it from her. I'm glad that she gets some sort of resolution after the messy feelings of missing you. With that said, we have finished this album. I have to say, I was taken for a different trip than I thought I was going to. I thought I was really just gonna get into my, I don't know, hot and bothered self, which doesn't happen often, but Shygirl really does bring it out, I think, of anyone. I feel like her music in the past has been best served hot. But this cools off a little bit, gets a little more vulnerable, gets into our feels, but also gets into our dancing selves, and gets out of like the club. I think it's considered grime again. I don't know a lot of British genres in music because I know there's a lot of ones that are very particular to the UK. My apologies, I'm not from the UK. I went there for a week with my band in high school. But I know that in the past she had done a lot more industrial, very heavy production. And here she's been very light. There's still a lot of cool percussive beats. There's still a lot of fun melodies. There's still a lot of good switch ups that keep us on our toes. But it's definitely more in the fast hyper pop, sped up pop movement that is happening with break beats, with, I don't know, just the fast repetition. It is not normally what I think of when I think of Shygirl, but I think she's kind of reinvented herself with this debut in a way. And it definitely shows, as someone who has seen her work prior to her debut, that she is willing to experiment in a lot of different things and that she found her sound for this record. But I do wonder if this is something that she wants to maintain or if she would like to do different things on her next album. I think she definitely is in that position to do that after having a very highly acclaimed Alias. And I don't know the reviews on this album. It's less than a week old as I'm filming this. So I am very excited to have gotten this album and reacted to it relatively when it came out. And yeah, I had a good time with it. I can definitely see myself listening to this. There's been this commute that I've done as I'm going to be in a play, but that goes up this week, so I really won't be doing that trip anymore. But basically, there's been a 30-minute trip that happens at dark, and I always need some music to calm me down or to just vibe with as I do that, because the deer scare me. There's a lot of deer that can be out late at night, and I'm just terrified that one day a deer is just gonna pop its head out and be like, hi, I'm going to inconvenience and probably cause your car massive damage. And so I need a good soundtrack to ease my worry about that, because there's not really any use being stressed about that when there's not a deer in sight. And I think I've also just gotten better at figuring out which songs I want to listen to during what circumstances. I'm getting back into listening to new music, and it's been very exciting. I kind of had an off period where I just wasn't listening to new music. I was listening to just songs I enjoyed, and that was great. But I'm now ready to dive into new music. It's been wonderful, absolutely wonderful, whether it's been something that I've been reacting to for you or if it's just something on my own. My potential bops playlist, where I put a bunch of stuff from New Music Friday and Release Radar, because I'm definitely a big Spotify user. It had gotten overwhelming. It had gotten to over 20 hours, and I really needed to calm it down. And now the finishing line is in sight. I'm under 2 hours now, and that's very thrilling for me. I'm very excited to probably fully clear it out tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. You have no idea. But back to Shygirl, I think this album is wonderful. I think it's very fresh. I think it works trending wise if she's trying to get a little bit of like a following on TikTok or just in trending sounds. I think her music works at that. And because it's not as overtly explicit, it has the opportunity to get a little bit more of a following, and she's looking for that. But I think it also still stays true to who she is, and also deepens some of the layers that we didn't quite know before. In a way, I like that her debut doesn't sound like her Alias EP or even Cruel Practice, because she wants to have a different impression than maybe she's had before. And it definitely also shows that she's very versatile and kind of can go where she wants. Just like in her music, she can get any man she wants. She can get any genre and any type of song that she wants to. With that said, here are some of my favorites of the top tier of the songs I love, the standouts, the ones I'm going to be playing over and over. The songs in the middle are songs I like. I'll add them to my playlist, but they might not be at the top of the top. And songs at the bottom are just not really my thing. Doesn't mean they're a bad song. Doesn't mean they can't be your favorite song. Just means it's not for me. And that's okay. Shygirl didn't make this album for me, but I'm glad that she's vulnerable as well as a little sensual on this album. If you like this video, please like it, please comment down below, check to react to or do next on my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
Get out of the dark and get into my heart. You gotta do your part for a brand new start. Don't it just feel right? Looking in my eyes, so till we see the light, dance with me tonight. Think it's pretty.